Right, let's get stuck into it then.
Right.
Cafe Lab Chats, this will be episode 75 now, by the time it goes out on Monday. Normally, actually, we're both wearing Tiny Rebel today. I'm wearing Tiny Rebel. Yes, I'm wearing Tiny Rebel.
Tiny Rebel. You know what? Before we started this, I had my red hat on, but it was so tight on me. I've changed it. I had my red hat on, which would have been quite funny.
Well, normally we'd have a beer doing this, and we'll hopefully it's only a couple of weeks and we're allowed out as normal to have beers indoors as well as outdoors. But
yes.
I thought, right, I can't have a beer. It's 12 o'clock. I've got stuff to do later.
Although anything in the afternoon onwards,
I don't mind, but it's only the fact I've got 2 meetings and football later that I'm not having a beer.
Yeah, I could have my arm twisted, seriously, but
go and get a red wine. Go on.
No, I think it's a bit too early for the red. It's fine.
So look, normally we'd have a Tiny Rebel. Today I've just got a water. I'm just trying to be a little bit sensible, which is boring. But I'm delighted to have. Right, I don't know. TikTok sensation, viral dancing mum, influencer, any of those terms?
No, definitely not influencer. I hate that. No, nowhere near that. And that's not why I do TikTok. It's just to be myself, just to create, it's like the creative side of me to come out, and that's what I like, rather than it be, I want to get somewhere doing this. I don't, I've got my own career. It's a sideline for fun, really,
So Sarah Underwood on TikTok, I was having a look earlier, 332,000 followers on TikTok, over 6.7 million likes. Instagram, you're building a little community of 30,000 there as well. I've got your own career, chiropractor. Obviously, I've seen you the other week, straightening my back out like Forrest Gump. I was like Forrest Gump to begin with.
Sorry.
So that's all right. I was fine then after, sorted me out.
Good. Well, you got a 10.
Thank you for coming on. I was just saying off pod that I've been asked a few times to speak to people in various industries like TikTok and Twitch for gaming and stuff like that. So delighted to have you on. What is life like at the moment? How did TikTok... So for people who don't know what you're up to on TikTok, give us a little brief rundown of your TikTok name and what you get up to and what people can find when they come and see you on there.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sure on TikTok I'm just down as Sarah Jane Underwood. I think it'll probably be one of the main ones that come up. And yeah, it's just where I go, and like I say, where I create. Just I can be a bit more creative. I can be myself. You find with the other platforms, especially Facebook, but even Instagram, is very much, you do what people want, or it's a bit more kind of sugar coated. Whereas TikTok, you can just go on, you can act an arse, you can just be yourself, you can dance, you can do comedy sketches, and it's just fun. It's just a little bit of an outlet, and I think I started this at the beginning of lockdown, and it is my outlet, my kind of way to escape from normality, really, and just give me something to focus on. It's exercise, learning dances. I sweat bucket loads learning dances, so it's just giving me a way of keeping fit to some degree as well. Meeting a whole new range of friends, especially mum friends. There's quite a large parent community on TikTok, very interests. So it's just been fun. It's still so much fun, and it's trying not to let the whole social media side of it, like the views and the likes, not to focus on that too much, because it's quite easy to get carried away on, this video's got that many views and that video's got that many views, and just do it because you want to do it rather than because you think people are going to like it, And
it's interesting. I enjoyed over lockdown seeing your Friday night discos in the kitchen, and your husband and your daughter just having a good time, making the best of a bad situation, I suppose. And lots of times, people have struggled. It's good that you have had a outlet. Like, did you expect to go viral? And what was it that kind of took you over the edge to that next level from just kind of, because I've got loads of mates. I don't really go on TikTok very much. I'm old and fucking uncool, to be honest, and I can't dance.
Don't say that. If you're old, yeah. I'm ancient.
But you can dance. I can't dance. I can't sing. I don't really have many talents apart from I can do all right on a night out, and that's about it. So
hold a few beers.
Yeah, I'd be awful on TikTok. Like, what was it that kind of tipped it over the edge? Because I see people with hundreds of likes, maybe a couple thousand likes. Like some of your videos have had 750,000 or even more. Like what was it?
Where I probably went most viral was, and to be honest, it's just a basic lip sync video. It wasn't even my sound; it was someone else's sound. It was a little bit of takeoff from the Holes in the House song. Was it the Cardi B one? But it was kind of modified for Holes in the House. It's just been a dialogue between a mum and a daughter, and that absolutely flew. And I think, that's when the followers first started coming in, and I think that went up to about 14, 15 million views. So that got a huge amount of views for a video that took 5 minutes. And that is what is so frustrating about TikTok. I'm sort of a dancer. I love to dance, and I can spend so much time learning choreo and perfecting it and filming it. I film every piece of choreo probably 20, 30 times because I'm such a perfectionist. I'm never happy with it. I keep on doing it to the point that it can take so long, and then that doesn't go viral at all. And that's what I try not to focus on too much, and it's hard not to. Still do what I'm passionate about, rather than what I think is going to give me the views, if I do lip sync, especially parent humor, mum kind of humor, guaranteed that's probably going to go quite viral, right? I don't want my account to be based on that. But some people do, and one of my friends especially, she's just hit 1 million followers, just by doing that, because she's found a niche, and that's how it's done. And I'm a little bit all over the place. They do say to go viral, you should have a niche, and I just do a bit of everything, and that kind of works in a way for me, but it doesn't with everybody. But obviously taking it right back, this was something that I did with my daughter before lockdown. We just wanted to do a few of the dances, the viral dances together, a little bit of sketches. It was never going to be her account, but she wanted to do it. But obviously, I've never let her scroll or do anything on TikTok, and I still wouldn't. Lockdown happened, and we were ill for the first. I think we had COVID, all of us, for the first couple of weeks of lockdown. And lying there, chilling, going through TikTok, I kind of found a little bit of a bug for it, and then took over. So no longer was it her account. It's like, right, it's mine. And I think I'm just lucky. It did relatively well. But I think it's quite easy in TikTok to get a lot of followers. I think if you keep active, you're passionate about it, the followers will come anyway. So it's not as if I'm anything special, because I'm not. It's just I've been lucky to get to that level, really. But
I think it's consistency, though, isn't it? Like, for the podcast, for anything you do, like, consistency, just not the same thing every day, but just something every day, which follows I suppose you're quite open on social media, in terms of, you do spend a lot of time with your family, you do have a lot of fun together, you've both got your own careers away from being on TikTok and stuff, so it doesn't, I mean, like, we know each other. I don't think it defines you, but you definitely, I suppose you take it for what it is, which not everyone does. Some people do get
I agree.
The likes and the followers, and sometimes I do. If a post gets, if a video on Facebook or whatever gets 6,000 likes, 10,000, and I'm like, go on then. Happy days. But
and it is exciting. You keep on watching it, and sometimes you'll watch a video and it's going up by thousands of views, like as you're watching it, and you're like, oh my god, this is flying. And it is exciting, and it's hard not to get carried away now, but you've got to learn to not expect that every video, because it's not going to happen. I might have one viral one every month, once a month, but other than that, they kind of tick along. I've got one that I've just done now, and again yesterday I did it. It was a lip sync one. It took me minutes to do, and that's the one typically that's now starting to go viral. It's the least amount of effort. I found it funny. I think it was quite a funny sketch. But yeah, it's that one, and I can spend a lot longer dancing, and yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. But I still like to do my dancing because that's me. That's, you know, where it all started.
Yeah, have you got a dancing background then?
Yeah, I've always done ballet. That's been
Okay.
my thing. So from the time I was young, although in the scheme of things, I probably started quite late with ballet. I was about 11 when I started
Okay.
ballet. A lot of my ballet friends, 3 or 4, like my daughter did, start really young. Yeah, I really took to it. I've done all the grades, and part of me wishes, and maybe this is why I enjoy this so much, that I had or given myself an opportunity to try and have a little bit of a career in dance. But
Yeah.
at the time, you know, I'm ancient, so I never had the social media, so I didn't really have anybody to look up to take me in that kind of direction. So I always knew that I wanted to go more into the medical field. So from school to university, it was all about the career. And I'm glad I wouldn't take that back, because this can, you know, hopefully will last me as long as it will. Dance doesn't. By now,
Yeah.
you know, my dance career would have ended anyway now. So I'm glad I took the route that I did. But maybe this is that little side of me coming out, when I'm able to express myself a bit and still dance, and you know, and do what I'm most passionate about, because that is my passion. Dance is my passion. But you know, it's been ballet up until my early 30s, and it was only in my early 30s I started. We lived in Essex, and we moved back, and I started taking dance classes in Cardiff with a lot of my friends, where I was doing more your street and your hip hops and more your commercial type dance, and absolutely loved it. And that's kind of what I stick to now, really. So
class.
Yeah.
How did so like? I'm a complete novice for TikTok, right? My missus will scroll for hours, and every like 10 seconds, all I hear is that "Oh No" song or something. It does my fucking tits in. But there are lots of funny and cool content creators out there and content to find. So I fully appreciate it gets addictive when I'm, because I rarely, but like even just I follow about, I don't know, 15 people maybe, right? Yeah. Jason Derulo, I will sit and watch all his videos for ages just because he is. And Will Smith.
Yeah.
They're funny, like.
Yeah.
These trends that come around, like, where do they come from? Who starts them? Like, how do you get involved? Because you've got involved with other creators where you're both almost like syncing your dances and all the stuff that comes with it. Like, how does all that come about?
A lot of the trends come from quite often the bigger accounts, because they're the ones that are reaching out to more people. So it's more likely for them to go viral. Once in a while, a small account will do like a dance trend, and for some reason it will just take off, and they're the lucky ones, and all of a sudden their account will rocket and they do quite well. But yeah, it tends to be, from my experience and the trends that I do, they come from the bigger accounts that start them, and they just go viral. You get it, that's all you see on your page when you're scrolling, and you think, oh yeah, I want to do that one. Oh god, no, I'm not going to be doing that one. And some that, you know, I will do, and other trends I wouldn't go near. But yeah, I like the dance trends and transitions. They tend to be the ones that just, the turnover of trends is so quick with transitions. You know, this will be popular, next minute it's a different one. And that's the thing with TikTok, is changing all the time. Something that was a trend 2 months ago, if you do it now, there'd probably be not much chance of going viral, because people are a bit over it. You know, you've got to keep up with the new trends, otherwise, you know, you won't really get far. But you know, unless you're doing it for yourself, and then, you know, you do what you want. But you tend to keep up with the trends.
Who chooses the tracks and stuff? Because again, like, there's been certain music tracks that have come into the charts or back into the charts off the back of TikTok, where before they would never have got that exposure. Like,
exactly,
where does this come from? Like, is it Blinding Lights, The Weeknd? Like,
and
I must have heard that about a million times now.
And there are so many trends coming back, and again, it's those creators, and I'm not good enough with technology to know how to do these remixes, because it is these creators making these remixes, and either mixing them, the old kind of music with some new stuff, and it makes a really good mix, or, you know, quite often you'll bring in just a normal section of music and the sound after a while will get banned. So you've got to do some kind of remix for it to be allowed on the platform. That's my
copyright infringement then.
Yeah. So the ones that are remixed with something else tend to be the ones that are allowed to stay on that platform. And I don't know how people find these. I think they do them themselves. They must just have an idea and they pick the music and it works. And again, it's down to luck. There's, so millions of you on the platform and so many different remixes being done, but there's only a small few that will actually make it and go that viral, really. So
and like, I work in commercial, so I understand the power of TikTok and marketing and advertising for brands on there. Do you and you haven't got to disclose if any or how much, whatever. Like, are you making cash on there, or is it purely just a hobby?
Because and it is a nice little earner every month, and it really depends on on your views again. So that's one thing that I tend to, if I'm going to focus on views, it'll be like, oh God, yeah, this is going to bring in a little bit more money, Basically, when you're part of TikTok, if you've got over 10,000 followers, you can join or apply to join the Creator Fund. And when you fund, then you get paid per view. So each view that comes in, it's pittance. It is absolutely pittance. But if you have something that goes viral, like that one that way back now before Christmas that I had 14 million views from, that brought me in a few hundred quid,
Okay. Right.
So I would say on average, I don't mind, disclosing it because it's good for other people to know if they want to do it. Every month with my kind of views, I probably bring in 200, 300, 400 quid. Maybe on a good month it can be 400. On a not so good month where it ticks along, probably £200. So it's something. It is something, and that's without being asked by anybody to, to do something little on the side, a little bit of advertising or whatever. But it can bring in. It's pocket money, but it's something, Are you frozen?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but are you frozen? Oh, I can see you now. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just it said then. You said like so on a good month, £400, on an average month, just take over £200 then.
100, yeah, and that's without like the little extras on the side. You get asked to do like, for example, I've been asked to do. It was this app that I got asked to do something before. I just asked for one TikTok, and I could post that TikTok onto a reel as well, and I think I got about £3 for it. So it's not bad. That takes a couple of hours.
Hey, look, that pays for a holiday. You keep doing that all year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I've got now. I've just got this Creator Fund where it's all building up, and every month I'll transfer the money. So it's not a job, but I kind of see it as a little sideline because obviously I've got my own career. But like I say, it's pocket money and it's bringing in extra bit of money as well. So and yeah. For that side of it, that's where it is hard not to get carried away with the views, because as a post goes up in the views, oh, that's going to be more money, and it's hard not to think that. That's
and on that then, like, so everything you've spoken about so far is kind of almost building pressure. And do you feel pressure to then keep on performing, keep on creating, find the newest trend, to keep up appearances, if that's the right term? Because not only is it a hobby now, but it is creating a couple of quid, which we all want. Let's not be about the bush. I've got sponsors on it. I started out as a hobby. 42 weeks later, I got my first sponsor. Now I couldn't imagine not having sponsors, because the money is, I'm used to having it now, and it pays for my car or whatever it might pay for. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, that 200 to 400 quid a month I might be getting from TikTok, if that was taken away now, we at the time, we do live to our means, I'll find a way of spending it, I'm not the best saver in the world. So I will find a way. So when that's taken away, you do notice it. I can't say that I feel pressure to keep up with it, because what I tend to do on the days where if I'm feeling a bit more creative, I'll just make a few videos where I won't post them all. So on those days when I'm like, I haven't got time, you know, a Monday especially, I never make anything new on a Monday because I'm in clinic from early in the morning right through to late at night. So I physically haven't got the time to do anything. Yeah. So I'll just delve into my drafts on TikTok and I'll just find something I've never posted and I'll post it. So I've always got something, even if it's just a silly blooper where I've done a dance and it's just not worked out and it's a little bit funny, and I'll just, you know, post it. So for that reason, I use my drafts just to take the pressure off. So I'm going to think, I've got to get home and do something now, you know?
Yeah, of course. Is that like, and do you ever feel pressure? Like, what's the TikTok community like, or social media community like with this? Because as a female dancing, I can imagine it comes with chauvinistic men.
Yeah.
Plenty of DMs, but also then being judged maybe by females or males, whoever, that internet can just be a bit of a horrible place sometimes, can't it?
Yeah.
Like, how do you find that, and does it get to you, and how do you deal with that? Like, are you good with it or not?
You know, I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. It does bother me. I must say that there is a difference. TikTok, I find there's hardly any negativity. Obviously, the more viral a post goes, it tends to, after having so many views, it enters into like Karen land, and all of a sudden you just get these random trolls and Karens coming at you that just have got to stick up their arse. They haven't got any sense of humour at all, and you've got to expect that. So as much as you might want a viral post, then it passes a certain point and you end up going from having all support to just the random, you know, person that really shouldn't be on TikTok or whatever because they just haven't got a sense of humour and they state the obvious. You know, you get on a lip sync, not your sound, not your sound. No shit, it's not my sound. You know, I put it in the caption that it's someone else's sound, but it just over their heads and they like to state the obvious. It's like, that's what TikTok is for. You dance, you do lip syncs, you do transitions, but they just like to state the obvious, and you do get them that it's only after a certain point when your videos out there. TikTok is good for that, though, not too bad. Instagram, for me, it's a whole new realm at the moment. You know, I only ever used to post photos on Instagram, you know, nice little kind of display of photos that I like to keep, you know, if we do anything, you know, you kind of document it. I like a pretty picture, but I started posting reels, and it was my husband's idea. I was like, well, why don't you start posting your reels on this? Easy. You know, you've already got a TikTok.
The content,
It's no effort, just post it. And to be honest, it has worked because, you know, in February, I think I was on, I don't know, 3,000 followers. And now in April, I'm on 30,000. So, and that's just by posting all my reels that are TikToks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of grown my account, but it's the negative side of Instagram that I don't like, because for some reason, I think I've gone into, my reels tend to go to redneck, middle-aged American men, and they are just, you know, anything where, you know, if you're joking, you're taking the piss out your husband, they don't like, you know. No. I did one the other day, a reel that I posted about, the gist of it was coming home, your husband wants some loving, and all you did, you laugh at him, you go, rawr, and kind of walk off. And it was just a little bit of comedy. The amount of men, and mainly American men, so nothing against American men, but they all seem to be, when you look at their accounts, American men, again, nothing against them, Trump supporters, they're all like Trump, and they are just, again, stating the obvious, saying that's why you have a side chick, that, you know, is acting like that, is why your husband will always go off and have affairs. And I'm like, it's a joke. It's just, they can't, on my reels, there's a lot of people that just can't take a joke at all. And sometimes I do question, should I post? I think, oh, what the heck? You know, it hardens me to it, because I used to be more sensitive. And I find more and more, I just delete. Or if I've had wine, I tend to make a bit of a comment. Normally, if I've had wine, I'm like getting all sassy, feisty, and then the next morning I'll wake up and think, oh shit, I better delete that, you know. But yeah, it's Instagram where I notice the trolls more than TikTok. That's my view. You're right.
I just muted myself then. That went down the wrong way then. I kind of laughed and drank at the same time. So I muted myself and I've got tears coming down my face.
Crying.
Oh, bloody hell. This podcast is a shambles. Anyone listening to this, it's a disgrace. How do you, with your husband, obviously, I know he's in loads of videos anyway, and you two obviously touch tight. Like, how does he find it, because, you're not the ugliest person in the world. You're quite attractive. You're in decent nick, good dancer. You'll, like, on a summer's day, you'll be wearing bikini or whatever. Like, yeah, how does he find it? Because you must get some like unwarranted attention, even if it's harmless most of the time. Yeah. How is he with it all? Like, because he seems quite cool with it.
Yeah, he's excellent. He is so, like, I can't fault him. He is amazing like that. He supports me. He loves looking through the comments and just laughing. He will, once in a while, I'll hear one of my videos going over and over and over in the cycle. I'm like, are you just watching my video over and over again? He's like, no, I'm just looking at all the comments. Because it's hilarious. And a lot of my content, he will actually find and tag me in or share it with me and say, oh, this would be funny for you to do.
Okay, class.
He's good like that. A lot of my recent jokey kind of ones, he's found them as well. He's really supportive. I can't fault him at all. So
that's good, that is.
I can honestly say it's never caused a problem where he's like, oh, you shouldn't do that. He's never told me not to post something if I've been in a bikini. He knows, the trust is there. He knows that we are, it's just social media. It's not
real life. No. I know too many people forget that, I think. Like, I probably do sometimes, but I try and use it for what it is, like, raising a couple of quid, showcasing the best parts of life or whatever, but also just trying to, I suppose, with this, honest conversations about things that we all go through. But at the same time, you do get lost in it. Like, I can get lost in it easily.
I think, if you're honest, anybody would. It's hard not to. But yeah, you've got to kind of, punch yourself once in a while, just say, come on, it's social media, it's not real. And try not to get too focused on it, because that's, we're surrounded by social media these days, everything, even earning, money, extra money, it's social media based for a lot of people. So take it for what it is, but not too serious, really.
Have you ever had someone comment as a detriment to your full-time career then, as a chiropractor? Like, has anyone kind of gone, can't take you seriously or anything like that? Like,
thankfully, but I imagine at some point it could happen, because with some of the content, all of a sudden they come in to see me as a professional doctor of chiropractic, and next minute they see me shaking my ass on social media.
Yeah.
But again, that's me. Like, that's what I enjoy I just like to try and be a bit real, I am a professional, but you see me at home, and it doesn't define me being this professional chiropractor. I just like to be, as normal as I can. Probably a lot of people will question if I am normal. But to just try and have a laugh and say things that not offensive, but not have to worry about what I say and do. And if someone ever did say that, I'm not going to come to see you because I can't take you seriously, then stop them. I'm
after
not
a minute, see you later.
I'll be like, oh, all right, okay, I'll get my glasses on and my suit, and then I won't wear the bikini ever again. I'm not good. That's me. So got to take me what I am, really.
I love that. Like, and you mentioned earlier about your daughter. So I've got a little girl who's 7. Yeah. And she loves TikTok, but I don't really let her. I'd like to think I'm quite au fait with how the world really is away from social media. And actually, I've seen enough documentaries, Netflix series, whatever it might be, to know that there's a lot of bad people who use the internet for bad things. So I try not to let my daughter scroll on there unless we're sat there. And
I agree.
How do you find that with your daughter? Because it's not a million miles away from a few conversations, and all of a sudden you're in the realms of this is bad territory.
Oh yeah, and there is quite a dark side to any social media, and especially TikTok. As much as I've had, it's a lot of positivity for me on there. There is, and I've seen it, a dark side, and you could end up on that, and that's why I would never let her scroll. If we ever do a video together, it's under my control. She's got to want to do it. I wouldn't want to force her.
Yeah, of course.
The ones I've done with her, like, we got sent lovely these Clarabella onesies, and they wanted TikToks with us wearing us, so we'll do a dance together, and she absolutely loves that. But yeah, I would never give her any form of my phone, or any access to the account to she wants to unscroll. No, she can, if she wants to dance with me in the video, she can, but that's it. There's been no comments so far with you should have your daughter on social media, but yeah, she doesn't have any control of that, won't do for a while.
Yeah, I don't know how, I'm going to say how old she is, but she's a bit older than my daughter. Like, would you let her have an account?
She's 8.
So she's 8, is she? Yeah. Would you let her have an account yet, or got to be far a bit older?
Because even when we started the account together back in February last year, it was like a mother and daughter thing. It was just for us to do some of the simple dance trends, and okay, I would post some of them, but she would never have any control over scrolling, and she still doesn't, and she won't do for a while yet. Yeah, I don't trust. I trust her, but I don't trust the any of those apps.
The world.
Let her on there, because it is a scary world. It frightens the life out of me. I just, no, I couldn't allow that. She's in her own little world, and she'll pretend she's got her little tablet, that's got all the restrictions on it, and she'll pretend to film her own TikTok, but that's never posted out on social media. Anything that's posted on social media onto TikTok is something that I've said to her, okay, we've been asked to do this kind of thing with one thing. Towels we had the other day, and do you want to do with me? She does, and we'll just do it, and I'll post and control comments and things like that. But yeah, that's as far as it's going to go for now, and probably for quite a while.
No, that's good. I'd be in the same camp as you. Like, we live in an age now, I suppose, where there's so much pressure on young girls to be something they're not, and the naivety of kids, I suppose, and the internet can be a horrible place, dangerous place at times. Like, have you ever had, popped into my mind as we were talking then, and one of the people who were on this podcast before, Jess Davis, she did a documentary the other week about when nudes are stolen, basically. So she was a model, pictures get stolen and get sold then on the black market, and the thing she experiences a lot is catfishing, like where people use her pictures to be fake accounts to get money off people. Do you ever experience anything bad like that at all?
I've had fake accounts made, mainly on Instagram. I've had one I know of made on TikTok, but I've had a few on Instagram. But as far as I know, it hasn't been to scam people, and I hope to God that hasn't happened. But once in a while, we'll have someone contact me and say, "Oh, I've had this request. Underwood, is this you?" And I'm like, "No." And I feel a bit of a, an ask for, this is my only account on my, but it's my only account.
Mate, I don't want welcome to the big life, pal.
To be honest, half of it, also, these people that are making accounts, is probably making accounts. There's a Sarah Jean Underwood, who's a Playboy or an ex-Playboy model. So I'm nothing like her, but people get me confused with her and be like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's bloody Sarah Jean Underwood. She's an American Playboy model." So yeah, there's a lot of confusion because it's very similar names. But I have had people use my photos and make an account using, my name and my photos, which they tend to just get shut down. But yeah, it hasn't got out of control, thankfully. So hopefully
on that, like, do you often put like your question box in and just get people to fire in questions and stuff like?
I love
what? Yeah, what's some of them quite funny? Obviously, I bet you don't post all of them, but
no.
what's some of the weirdest ones, or the ones you can't really post on TikTok?
Oh, it's really, you know, I can't think of any inappropriate ones, and I probably have had quite a few inappropriate ones, but it's just weird about, you know, would you like, you know, something about your toes licked, or it's just something really random like that. It's just weird, you know, not overly sexual, just weird. You know, I just get a lot of those.
Like feet pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, and yeah.
You can make a killing off that, pal.
Maybe that's the next venture. If the lockdown continues, you never know.
I know a few people. I know a few people who've been asked like for feet pictures and like serious money as well. I'm like, mate, literally get him to put it in PayPal. It's all legit. Fucking send it. Why not? It's a foot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's always in the DMs like the odd message like that. I've had the feet one, and you know, do you sell nudes? Do you do this? Do that? No. You know, OnlyFans. That's always a question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be you know, one of those question boxes. I'll probably have multiple of those. So have you got an OnlyFans? What's your OnlyFans? You know, name? No, never have and never will.
Hey, there's big money in that. Like, it's not my cup of tea. I'm buzzing, but there's big money in that.
Yeah. Going back to what you said earlier about Ben, my husband, being supportive,
yeah.
I think that would cross the line. You know, there's making pocket money through TikTok, and there's making a shitload of money, you know, showing your body on OnlyFans.
it's different levels. They are completely different levels. Like, what's the future then? Like, I don't know. It's a bit of a wacky question, I suppose. We're like, what's the future? Like, where do you see it going for yourself on TikTok, and where do you see? Because there's always something new, you know, Facebook and Instagram, now TikTok, Twitter, or whatever. Like, what's the future kind of hold like?
I don't know. I imagine, you know, at some point with TikTok, it'll run its course. God knows when that will be, and there'll probably be another platform then, whether I take to it or not. You know, I just kind of fell into this. I always thought TikTok was for it was a kids app, and when it's not until you're on it and you meet a number of people. You know, the majority of my kind of followers, or the who I follow, are over 30. They're a certain kind of niche of people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just going along with it, and I've got no aspiration for it to take it further in a career at all. You know, I've got my career, so I'm not thinking of this as developing it and to eventually be able to do something more on social media, because yeah, that's not my thing. I'm just doing it for a fun thing, and you know, if it continues to grow, then great. But, you know, I wouldn't be, apart from, you know, the little bit of money that's coming in, I wouldn't be sad if it doesn't continue, because it's not going to continue forever, is it? Let's face it. So
I suppose you'd just be a bit more bored maybe in your spare time, because
I know
it keeps you busy.
Might have to work more hours.
Oh, no one needs to do that, do they? No one likes that.
No, I know. No.
No, look, that's I didn't know loads of that about TikTok, to be fair. So I'm quite no, I didn't know how any of it worked in terms of the creative side, or it's fascinating to just, because I like working in media. I understand that you don't just make the video, but like the amount of hours that go into creating short format content.
Yeah,
it's berserk, especially when you're doing it as often as you are. You know, a couple of times a day. Sometimes, like takes a lot of time, and people don't appreciate that.
Oh yeah, it does take a lot of time. Yeah, and I would, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. And I say that's why I put the odd bit of dancing in, because it's my way of doing exercise. There's no classes going on at the moment, so that's my form of exercise. I'd much rather that than go out for a run, or get in our garage and do sit-ups. So it's just, that's not me. I dance is my outlet. That's what I enjoy. I always feel so much better afterwards, and anything else that comes with it. The lip syncs tend to be a bit easier to do anyway, so they don't take as much time. So
what would you tell yourself? Like you said, you started this back, you know, just over a year ago, I suppose it must be now, you know, before the first lockdown. Like, what would you tell yourself that you've learned, you know, to help you on that journey back then, or you know, a youngster or someone coming through on TikTok thinking that this is going to be a career for them and this is what they want to do, like, what advice would you give someone?
Yeah, I would, as I do, I would say just take it for what it is and just take it for just fun. It's a good opportunity to meet some amazing people, which I have. I've met so many that, you know, I think it sounds a bit corny, but I think that I will have friends that will continue friendships. They'll continue beyond TikTok once this happens. You know, we've got a lovely mums group going on. I've got lots of friends in America, and you know that some I'll never ever see, but you know, some hopefully once lockdown settles that I will. But yeah, it's not to take it seriously at all, because I some of the big creators, it is a career for them, but I think honestly, if you're going to have a career in something like TikTok, you need hundreds of thousands of followers, you need millions of followers.
Yeah.
And you know, to earn this creator fund is good, but it doesn't bring in a decent monthly wage. So you need to be constantly at it, and at some point, you know, it's going to come to an end. But you need to have those millions of followers first to bring in the views, and then the views bring in the money. So
yeah,
not many people get to that level. I never thought I'd get to over 300, but that's not, in my head, that's not huge. If I was going to take it seriously as a career, I would need a good couple of million followers to be able to think about it. So that's why, it's just fun.
It baffles me, like, when I look at it, you see so many predominantly girls on there, right? Who, if they ever dance like that in a nightclub, like, you can see that you are street dancing, hip hop dancing, there is a certain style to your dance, right?
Yeah.
But lots of these trends, there's not. They are literally girls in their bedrooms who might look half decent, and they cannot dance for fucking toffee, right? If I ever saw them do that in a club, I'd probably chuck the pint on them or whatever. Like, what are you doing? But they get so many. It's because they've half got their rack out or something. I don't know, but
it is.
They cannot fucking, like. It looks awkward what they're doing,
and you get
like,
that.
And everyone does that, like, look with like their tongue sort of out to the side, like yeah, like,
yeah. I know.
It baffles me, mate. Baffles me.
Yeah, and again, it's those kind of ones that do better. The ones where they are not your kind of perfect dancer. They might not look perfect, but they're the ones that drag in the attention, and the attention drags in views, and the accounts just grow. And you know, I think kind of it's weird that if you're kind of normal, the more normal you are on TikTok, probably the less well you do.
Yeah, I can imagine that. It doesn't surprise me at all. Like, fucking baffles me. The best guy, I don't know if you've ever seen him. I can't remember his fucking name now. He's an Irish guy. And it's got the family and his old man. Did you ever see the video where there was a bat in the kitchen?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
That family, he is very, very good on TikTok and Instagram, because that's how I first sort of saw it. Because Ema, my missus Irish, kind of knows them loosely or whatever. Like, and I saw this video, and I was like, "Fuck it, that is amazing."
Oh yeah.
He's very funny.
Like that have got their very original content and such a dry sense of humor. That there are some accounts on there that are hilarious, and they probably wouldn't do in real life. They wouldn't do well, but on TikTok they've just blown, because people relatable, and I think that's what people like. They like that, you know, to be able to relate to someone normal rather than on Instagram where everyone's looking all perfect. And you know, I think people prefer to see those little faults, and that's what is attractive to them now.
I suppose that's the difference between Instagram and TikTok, maybe the fact that it's a lot more video, short form content rather than pictures. So it's not quite as edited. It's not quite as filtered.
Exactly.
It's not quite, you know, you're not body distorting yourself. You're bringing your waist in and and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. It is a bit more normal, as normal as it gets on TikTok. But you see some people for what they are rather than a very highly edited Instagram photo that you see them in real life and it's like two different people.
Mate. People always say, actually, no, I'm bad in real life and picture.
I probably like it. People are like, oh, look you in real life.
Oh, fuck 'em, who cares? Bollocks to it. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Look, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on. I really, again, didn't know why, but I've enjoyed it. And yeah, it's been really entertaining. So thank you.
John, next time we talk, we're probably going to need an agent if you keep on smashing these followers up now.
Oh, God, no. Next time we talk properly, I'll be beating you up in the clinic.
Oh, yeah. Booked in for a couple of weeks, actually. There we are.
On the 10th, get ready for it.
Oh, God, I need it, mate. My back is like a fucking question mark. Terrific.
Yeah, you are.
Terrific.
You are.
You're not the first one to say that. Just want to say a massive thank you to Tiny Rebel, who normally they do give me beers for every episode, but because it's lunchtime, you're repping the merch, I'm repping the merch. Good old guys down in there. Yeah, I haven't got that one. I'm going to have a chat with Mo and say he's slacking a bit.
Last one.
Oh, you're a
Hi, Mo.
I'll create that as a little video, send it to him now.
Yeah.
I will. I'll put it up. Big thanks to everyone who downloads, subscribes, rates, and reviews. Head over to catflapchats.com where you can find all of our back catalogue of previous guests, our amazing sponsors, and some of our merch. We found our hats, we've got some socks coming, and there'll be other bits and pieces when I can find time to actually get it all up and running. Biggest thanks to Sarah Underwood. Just one more time, where can people find you on TikTok and Instagram?
So on Instagram, Sarah Underwood 1. On TikTok, Sarah Jane Underwood.
There we go. Jane.
Jane, yeah.
Magic. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
Hey, look, it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing him. It keeps me entertained.
Here to entertain.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. As long as you enjoy it, that's all that fucking matters, pal.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Mikey. Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you soon. All right. You take care.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Ciao. Bye.